we see is in many ways a projection of what is happening within our own minds and consciousness. And when all consciousness comes together, that collective awareness is what some people call God. God is not necessarily a person sitting in the sky judging everyone. Instead, God can be understood as the collective consciousness of all beings. In that sense, I am God, you are God, and everyone here is part of that same consciousness. So if that's true, does it mean reality is just something we invent in our heads? Not exactly. Reality exists, but each person interprets it differently through their own perception and experiences. We don't make reality up completely. We experience it through the lens of our own consciousness. The mind develops from consciousness. From birth onward, our consciousness absorbs and interprets all the information around us. Many traditions describe human existence as a trinity: body, mind, and spirit. The spirit is the shared or collective consciousness that exists within all of us. The body is the physical vehicle through which we experience reality. The mind is the interpreter, the part that processes and understands our experiences. Many people refer to this shared consciousness as spirit or God. When large groups of people unite with the same intention, powerful things can happen. Some might even call them miracles. There seems to be an unseen force involved, something that science and quantum physics are only beginning to explore and understand. Just because we cannot fully explain something today does not mean humanity will never understand it in the future. So where does spirit come from? Some people connect it to the beginning of the universe, what many call the Big Bang. The idea is that there was originally one universal consciousness. Different religions and cultures give it different names: God, Source, Creator, Universal Mind, and so on. This universal consciousness experiences life through many forms and perspectives. One person may experience life one way, while someone raised in a completely different culture or spiritual tradition experiences it another way. Yet both are expressions of the same underlying consciousness experiencing itself differently. Does a stone have consciousness? That's a profound question, and humanity is still exploring it. We do know that everything in existence is made of energy and matter. Modern physics suggests that matter is not as solid as we once believed, but is more like condensed energy or vibrating light. So the question becomes, what truly separates a human being from a rock, if both are made from the same fundamental building blocks of the universe? This is partly where Buddhist ideas come from. The idea that the observer and the observed are deeply connected, not truly separate. Then comes the question of morality. If everything shares the same consciousness, why do we treat living beings differently from objects? The response might be that consciousness expresses itself at different levels. Stepping on the ground is not necessarily causing suffering in the same way harming a conscious human would. Plants, animals, and humans are all part of the cycle of life. Everything depends on something else to survive. But many people feel there is a difference between sustaining life and intentionally causing suffering. At the deepest level, some believe consciousness itself is connected to love. That love is the fundamental force that connects all beings. Others disagree and argue that if everything is simply subjective consciousness, then human value itself becomes subjective too. And that is where the philosophical debate truly begins.